My name is Ronen Gafni. I'm from Israel, and we are now visiting what you can see here, the Vibe Village, which is our space, which is part of our Vibe Venture Studio. It's a venture studio of about 30 professionals that are getting together to create ventures, business ventures in the world. But we do this in a very unique form. So I will just give a quick brief of where we are and what the space is supposed to be and how to best navigate it. And then we'll give you some time to walk around and we'll gather again. Okay, so I'll just give a short intro to where we are and what's possible. So some of you already use SpatialChat, and I'm sure that when you use SpatialChat, it looks a bit different than what you see here in the village. And basically what we are doing here is Vibe Studio. So I'll give a few words about the Vibe Studio, and then I'll explain what we do here, and then you can walk around and see a bit what's going on. So Vibe Studio is a team of people for the moment in Israel that we collected. Adi and myself, Adi is my partner, and she's here, and she can say hi, and you can see she's in the room, and you will meet her in other rooms and so on. So we created this Vibe Studio so we can get people which are multi-talents to work together on real-life business and entrepreneurial projects, but in freedom structures, which means there is no hierarchy, and we are coming together as professionals to work together on different ideas, business ideas and entrepreneurial ideas. But we are basically researching and learning how to build this in a form that has no managers and no hierarchy, but rather more of a structure of holacracy, people that are working together, that are synced together, that are connected, they know each other, and they give each other value on a personal level, and then we come and we co-create together. So in order for us to be able to build an environment that will allow us to work together remotely, because we are all spread around in Israel and some of us in other countries, in order for us to be able to do so, we chose the SpatialChat platform because we understood that this can provide us something that no other platform provide us, neither a Facebook group or Zoom or anything like that, which is the ability to create synchronized and spontaneous encounters, which means the space is open 24/7. And when it's open 24/7 and we get together here, so unlike Facebook groups, here we are synced and we can talk to each other and we can see each other. So it's a very synchronized communication, and not like Zoom, which is a synchronized communication. This can also support spontaneous encounters because it's open 24/7. It's not that we are starting a meeting at 1 and we are ending the meeting at 2. And there is enough space basically for us to be able to express all kinds and different encounters or human encounters. So we designed this space so we first of all support the human connection, the deep connection that we are working on to be able to support an environment where people, first of all, know each other and like each other and learn from each other. So you can see on the right side here, when you look at the list of the rooms, that we created a garden and a cafe and a pool and a temple and a bar, many different locations where we can meet each other. We can meet each other and talk. We can meet each other and get to know each other better. We can party together. We can do the meditation together. We can watch videos together or movies together at the drive-in. So we created environments that allow us to create offline-like environments and situations where we would love to meet our friends. And after we meet our friends and after we get to know each other, then we start sharing knowledge and information. We are bringing our gifting to the community. So you will see here, rooms which are around brainstorming and breakouts for workshops and meeting and crafting and prompting, when we teach each other tools and we give talks and we run workshops, so we can enlarge the knowledge and the abilities and the connections between the different parties. And then when we are ready to co-create together, so we can meet together for governance meetings, which means decision-making meetings. We can meet together for brainstorming. We can go and jump into one of meeting rooms where we have section 5.0, which are different circles. We are working in different circles, and each circle has a different domain. So everyone who's like working on branding, for example, and design will go to circle 2, and everyone who's like working on the tech will go to circle 3. And this is where we get together and we meet each other during the week, running meetings. So we created a village. The main idea is to take you from deep connection to co-creation. If you would love to learn more about this, you can go to the screening room 306, and there is a short video that explains what we do. So what I suggest now is that you'll take some time, walk around the space, and it's 5:15 Israel time and Cyprus time. So let's say that in 15 minutes, we will all get together at the mastermind room, and we can answer some questions, and we can show you more. Now, some of you are already using SpatialChat and you would like to understand a bit more on how we do specific things. I'll be at the brainstorm room and I can show you some advanced things that we are doing, including using AI in the space, and how we use different human methodologies to create deep connections. How do we build communities, and what comes as part of a village like this. You will see in different rooms all kinds of different avatars, videos with AI avatars. Feel free to watch the videos and see what's going on. We have avatars that explains what to do in the room. We have avatars that are summarizing our meetings, so you can hear the summarize of the meeting. So walk around, find our stuff if you have any questions. Anyone who's like part of our team, you will see this admin icon on their image, so you can approach us. It's either people from Spatial or people from our venture studio. Everyone who has like, please just like put the megaphone so people can know you. So we have Danny, we have Adi, and we have Omri, and we have Sasha here as part of the support. So any questions that you have. Other than that, guys, feel free to walk around. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
Just a second before we break away, okay? If you're part of an organization or you have a community that you're a part of, or you're a manager of community or an admin of a community, what we would like to show you is how to turn your community into an economy, how to build your own village to learn and connect, as Ronen discussed. So the main purpose of this webinar is to really show you how we built a village for ourselves to co-create and work in. And it could apply to any community or organization or team of people or digital nomads or even offline communities, neighborhoods that would like to create their own virtual and online village. So that is the people that we find that could use SpatialChat in this platform to create virtual villages. And this is why we would like you to, we're hosting you in our village. So feel free to leave notes or whatever. And as Ronen said, we'll reconvene in 15 minutes.
Thank you, guys. Have fun. Enjoy the tour.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. If you would like to open your microphone and share, how do you like the space? And if you would like to put a thumbs up or fire or anything, then you're welcome. Yay. Yeah, we love our space. We love Midjourney, as someone mentioned. Yeah, SpatialChat should definitely put some of the designs in their library. So where we're at right now is in one of our favorite rooms. This is the room in which we like to sit on a big couch and brainstorm and discuss all sorts of ideas. We have rooms that are adequate and exactly suitable for a certain interaction. So for example, if you want a very decision-making kind of formal meeting, we have formal business and meeting rooms. If you'd like to sit and conduct breakout sessions, for example, this morning, we were 22 people in our weekly meeting, and we conducted a breakout session. So we opened a lot of private areas, and we had 3 people in each private area to conduct breakout sessions in the same room. We also have rooms which we like to call public rooms, in which we just have like casual encounters all day long. And this is a really nice feature that doesn't exist in Zoom, because we can always say, let's meet at the village. And then you could really go into discussions and deep connection with other people that you're collaborating with. So this would be equivalent to like the coffee in the cafeteria at your work, or the water cooler discussion. And we also have rooms that are project related rooms. So for example, imagine if you go into a room and you see a lot of documents open and a lot of things on the desk. So this would be our rooms in which we actually work in groups in order to achieve the project. So we have projects which are projects, real world projects, but the way we do it is we do it in a co-creation and in non-hierarchical manner. So we have 30 people who are all talents, and this is our office. This is our salon and lounge. This is a place in which we do stuff, and that's why we took a lot of effort and energy to design the spaces in order for us to feel as if we're in Thailand or in Cyprus, next to the offices of spatial guys, or wherever in an exotic space. So it really contributes to the atmosphere in which we're working on. We've had, what we can see here is that we have all sorts of elements that you can actually move around and we like to play with. So we like to really put all sorts of like different elements, whether it be the fruit bowl, whether it be all sorts of whiteboards that we're working on. So this is part of what we're doing in a village, but we also like to play a lot around with AI and Ronen will discuss this further in a few minutes. The main idea and excitement that SpatialChat and us wanted to show you guys is the potential of this platform together with us, with Vibe Studio, to create a virtual village for yourselves. So if you're looking for a space for a team of people, 20, 30, 100, 200 people, then this is definitely a place in which you can think about a virtual village and not only about a conference or an event, because conferences and events are not long lasting. They last a couple of days, whereas a village is a place that people can actually meet. For us, co-creation is a definition of something that is people really working together and they're sharing the revenue that they have. So we're all working together in all sorts of different positions and functions. So this would be such as in an organization. But then when we have revenues, we have a joint treasury, which is distributed according to the value that each participant gave. This is how we work together. So for example, in order to set up this village, we had people who designed the village, people who thought about the strategy of the village, people who put in the content. And that it's not collaboration, because collaboration is a place in which each person has their own business and they're collaborating with other people, or that people are collaborating within the same organization. Here we're digital nomads, we're people who are artists and creators, and we're co-creating a bigger project and a scalable project that will yield revenues. And one of our projects is to build virtual villages for people. So if you would like to learn more about a virtual village, you're welcome to fill out the form. And Ronen will continue in showing you all sorts of other cool things that we did in our village, which you could put in your village as well. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Adi. So first of all, guys, if you have any questions regarding what Adi told you about how we conduct the village or co-creation or anything, let us know so you can open the microphone. You can type a question. We would love to take some questions if you have now. And then I'll show you some more capabilities that we created with AI, which create a more immersive environment for us as a community. So any questions? Where can I fill in the form? So the form is here. You just click on the I'd love to learn more, and then you can fill the form. I would like to see the AI features. I'll show the AI features in a second. Any more questions, guys? Okay. So if you do have any more questions, you can type them or you can save them for later in about 10 minutes. Let me take you through a little tour of our AI capabilities that we are embedding. So we're using 3 types of AI embedded solutions. One is the ones that are serving as guides in the different spaces. So if you already visited our cafe, so you would see there that there is our village chef, and our village chef is inviting you to sit in the cafe and start conversations which are based on conversation starters, bubbles that we embedded in the space to make it easier for people to break the ice, to get to know each other. So we have AI avatars that are based on a text that we created, and there are animated avatars that basically helps you navigate yourself in the space. So we are saving a support team, and we are allowing people to have a better understanding and a nicer feeling on how to move around. So we have them in all kinds of different spaces. The second usage that we do is with an AI avatar that can present you information that is relevant. So I'll, for example, the one that you see here, I will operate this in a second. So you can all hear, for example, whenever we have a meeting, at the end of the meeting or by the end of the day of that meeting, we are creating a summary, and then the summary goes into an avatar. And if you missed the meeting For some reason, you don't have to walk around and ask people, how was it or what was it? You can just come over here, you play the video.
The technical possibility of Vibe's latest meeting, which occurred on June 21st. After the check-in, we initiated a new team to plan our upcoming retreat, which will occur on September 10th until 12th. The objective of the retreat is to physically meet and connect on a deep level with each other, to bring our content gifts and to proceed with our joint projects. We then moved between rooms and discussed 2 internal projects.
So as you can see, this is a real meeting summary that we had here a week ago. And by the end of the day today, we'll have the summary of the meeting that we had here this morning. So our weekly meeting is always summarized and presented by the avatar here. So that's another one. You can see here, we have another AI bot, and this AI bot is connected to a database. So for example, this one is connected to the list of the participants that we have in the community. So here, for example, we are sharing a sample list. We just created a sample list for you guys to try. Each one of you can just double click on the frame here, and you can zoom in, and you can write a message, and you can ask a question regarding our team. So for example, you can ask something like, who would be the best one to design our logo, or will be the best fit to build our website, or who has the skills in architecture because we'd like to design some new spaces. So this is an AI bot that is connected to our internal database, and we use it for the list of community members. So community members can look for each other based on the skills and availabilities and hobbies. It's connected to our meeting summaries, so you can ask it any question that you would like to ask regarding everything that took place in the community. We are connecting this to the roles and responsibilities that I explained to you before that are part of a co-creation. So you can find the next ticket here, the next thing you would like to do as part of the co-creation. You can really learn who's doing what. You'll know who's in charge of which domain and who you'd like to talk to get information. You can ask the bots to access documents or any other information you need, which is part of the decision-making process that we have here. So we have AI embedded into the village as guides, as a summary of meetings, as a connection to the database. So this is not just a fun, nice-looking environment for us to meet. It's a very robust tool for us to be able to engage and collaborate and share knowledge. I think it's more advanced than most of the Fortune 500 companies has as tools for the meetings and for their communities. So this is how we use AI, for example. Any questions about this? Feel free to ask, open your mic, or write in the message. By the way, if you're opening your mic, if you have a question, please click on the megaphone, because otherwise only the people that are next to you will hear you. If you want us to hear you, please open the megaphone and ask a question. Yes, Henry. Any question?
Sorry, I just clicked on it by accident.
Okay, awesome, cool. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask or send on the message. If you would like to get more information and dive deeper into how we build the village and what's possible for you, for your community, you can click here. I see that there are lots of people here that are coming from the online events industry. I think it's very, very interesting for online events, not just as an online event, but what we see here with our partners in Israel is that we create villages that are supporting online events, so online and offline events. So instead of just like leaving this as a 3 or 4 days event, whether it's online or offline, we build a supporting village for all the members to keep in touch after having the event. But sometimes it starts even before the event, and we maintain the relationships, the knowledge sharing with everyone who attended the event. As Danny said here, building a community goes way beyond just the technology, and we have a lot of methodologies that we are embedding here, from deep connection to knowledge sharing, to how to run meetings and workshops, and how to create an environment where people want to share and create and connect. So all of those are super relevant for offline and online events as well, and communities in general.
Another fun use case that we like to acknowledge ourselves is to conduct an endless, never-ending retreat. So if you guys are in the online conferencing and events industry, then it would be interesting if you could invite lots of people who are influencers and people who are creators and bloggers and YouTubers or whatnot into a virtual village in which you can actually have an online endless learning experience, connection experience, have all sorts of meditations together. So think of a retreat that doesn't have to have the costs of an offline place, but also you're not limited to 2 or 3 days, but rather you can have a monthly calendar and then an annual meeting, and just people who are coming in and out on a monthly subscription base, and just enjoying all the content. So we like to think of it as one of the hottest and most interesting places for people to connect. And we have communities such as communities who are in AI prompt engineering that are interested in having their own virtual village. We have all sorts of groups that are professionals, such as interior designers, a group of 3,500 members who would like to have their own virtual village. We have real estate entrepreneurs who need a space for themselves in order to meet and discuss and brainstorm and network. So this is a space, when you have a village, you're unlocking a lot of potential that doesn't have to be limited in a certain time or a certain space. And the thing about it is that you can really curate people that the essence of them meeting and discussing and connecting would unlock a lot of economic influence, impact, and power. So these are parts of the communities that are actually approaching us to have their own virtual village.
Danny asked here, how do we create this environment that encourage people to share information and to think in creative ways? So as we said before, it's a combination of the culture that we create here. Because of the deep connection, people feel much more free to share ideas when there is a deep connection on an emotional level between the community members. We do a lot of events that are part of sharing knowledge. And when you share knowledge, then new ideas comes in, because different people share different points of views and different points of knowledge. And when it comes together in an open conversation, then ideas are born, because the place is open 24/7. So sometimes you can meet someone at midnight next to the fire, and you start conversations and you share about the things that you work on, and they give their perspective, and ideas rolls out of this. So just by hanging together, keeping the space open, keeping the people really connected, giving enough space for people to give their gifting to the village, to share their knowledge and their passions, creates an environment which generates ideas, creates deep connections. This is very much like a Burning Man event, where there are different camps and different giftings, and you just walk around and you feel free to share and express yourself. And out of that, a lot of good is rising, and a lot of good ideas, and a lot of entrepreneurship, and basically the inner fire has the space to express itself within the village. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you'd like to walk around the space, feel free to do so. I think that we kind of like presented everything that we wanted to present.
We had a question which may be relevant to everyone. I'm just trying to get to that question. Just a second. Yes. So we had a question from Daniel, which is interested to hear how we're encouraging event organizers. Are we looking to consult with organizers or share our village space?
Okay. Daniel, would you like to elaborate a bit more about this? Like, because I kind of like hear three different questions here. So, first of all, how do we encourage event organizers? Simply, as we said before, most of the events nowadays are very limited in time and space. And I think that 90% of the potential of collaboration between the participants of an event is basically lost once the event is done. So our main goal is to sustain the connection and the knowledge sharing. And this is how we approach event organizers regarding the village. Are we looking to share your village space? So our village is specifically for our community, but we're definitely open to create spaces like this for other events and other communities. If events organizers would like to come and visit our space, they are more than welcome, of course, to learn on how this is possible. And we are more than open to share ideas and collaborate. So I hope that answers your question. If not, you're more than welcome to,
it's also very cool if event organizers actually have a community in which they can share and learn from each other and collaborate. So there's a lot of potential in actually just like Facebook groups kind of called all sorts of discussions and topics, and people came into groups according to discussions and topics. Here in the village, we could actually create villages which are specific to certain professions or specialties. So imagine a village in which event organizers from all around the world could sync and connect and share ideas and know of each other, and also of specific country and geographical areas in which people can share knowledge. We think that we're entering an era in which people should really connect and share and collaborate together. And while there are lots of productivity tools to collaborate, like Asana and Monday and all sorts of collaborative productivity tools, we find that the village is a very good space to connect with other humans on a personal level, okay? Not only on a project related or deadlines or timelines. So we think that, with everything that is coming with artificial intelligence, it's amazing. It could be implemented in all sorts of ways, but also the human intelligence and the human connection is really important to cherish. And we believe that this would be the next evolution of communities, turning into like super communities and then economies of scale. So this is what we're talking about, and this is the potential that we see in this platform, and specifically in creating virtual villages.
Doris is
I would like to add on that, that basically we can, for each one that will want a village, we're using our people, our creative minds to find the right solution for each community, and to build the spaces, to design, to find the right content, the right activities, the social activities that will be in there that is fitting to each community. So basically we develop the system and the way to fit the right atmosphere and everything for every individual and every community around the world, no matter if they are very professional or very spiritual or on every aspect of life. And then we have 30 people here with us on Vibe Studio that can work with you to find the best solution for each one.
Right. Thanks. So Doris is asking about does in other countries other than Germany where she's pitching ideas like this, are people more open to it? So first of all, in Israel, they're very open, although in Israel, we really love to meet in person and hug each other all the time. When we come across a virtual space like this, people gets it. So I think it really depends on how the space is designed and how this is architected to the need of the community. And I think that, post-COVID, we already understand that this is not instead of meeting offline. It's just that meeting offline is not that common as meeting online. When you put together people from different areas in the country or different areas on the globe, then meeting offline is not a possibility. It's super expensive. It rarely happens. So it's either meeting online or not meeting at all. And people starting to get this. And I can tell you that some of our clients in the US, for example, they start using villages as a platform for marketing instead of creating offline exhibitions or taking a booth in an exhibition that costs $50,000. They invest the money in building a village to their partners and to their customers, and they create an never-ending retreat based on knowledge that is relevant for the community. This is becoming a marketing platform for them, where the community and the company gets together sharing ideas. So it's not just for a community of people that works together, it's also a very effective marketing tool and a conversation environment for companies to talk with their partners, suppliers, customers, basically all the stakeholders within a company can get together in a village and create very strong connections and knowledge sharing.
We have a few more minutes until we're ending the tour. First of all, you're welcome to stay here and to walk around and to sit at the cafe, and we'll still be here. But Danny asked a very interesting question, which is more of a advice from us on if you would like to have co-creation in your organizations or in your work environments, then what would be a good way to start? And what we developed in our studio is a kind of a company culture or mode in which we believe that people know what they're most interested and passionate about. So a good place to start, even if in an organization that is structured and it's in a hierarchy and you have graphic designers and product managers and whatnot, then it would be really nice to actually ask people, what are you interested in? What are you passionate about? And conduct all sorts of recreational and complementary projects that are not in the core business of the certain organization, but could really bring a sense of collaboration and co-creation amongst people. So for example, you could have people co-create the next company meetup, or they could co-create the Halloween party or whatnot, really tapping into the potential that people hold, which are not necessarily being expressed in their formal title, because we're people who have many interests and we have many knowledge in all certain areas. So that would be a good place to start in organizations. In regards to language translation, Danny, would you like to answer that question? Because for us, because you're opening a video, then the language that you speak is the language that you understand. But we are looking into AI tools that can actually take transcripts of oral meetings, video meetings. We're looking into that, in which AI plugins and tools are available. And as you know, the space is exploding on a daily basis. So I'm sure that there will be a lot of more to come, which with AI that could be integrated into villages.
Yeah, I can maybe add a few points on the language translation. So we don't have that inbuilt in SpatialChat yet. And we would rather rely on some third-party tools here, which is a space that's evolving really rapidly in terms of with the recent advances of AI. So we, in our perception, that we rather do our job best, and we will rely all the technological side to be not really it's not our edge to someone else. So most likely we will integrate some partners who are gonna provide the language translation, and then for now we like do some proof of concept, saying of figuring out how that fits into interface, into the dynamic we have created here. But that's totally in our roadmap. Yeah.
Yeah. So we would like to thank Vibe Venture Studio. We would like to thank Danny and the SpatialChat team for building such a great platform, which has so many capabilities. And we're their kind of strategic partners in all that has to do with virtual villages, because we really feel that we took the platform of Spatial and gave it a very special twist for communities and for organizations who would like to spend time together and connect and learn and collaborate. So we're in collaboration and partnership with Spatial. And if you would like to learn more how to create your own virtual village, then we're just here. And we learned about SpatialChat like 6 months ago, and we love the product, and we love sharing the knowledge and what we've learned up until now. So just feel free to ask us and maybe have a one-on-one discussion with us on how you could make a SpatialChat in your own village and unlocking the potential of your communities and people around you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, guys.